For my topic, I chose sports and nutrition. To start off, nutrition is an important part of sport performance for young athletes. In addition to allowing for optimal growth and development, macronutrients and micronutrients and fluids in the proper amount are essential to provide energy for growth and activity. To optimize performance, young athletes need to learn what, when, and how to eat and drink before, during, and after activity. For most athletes, it is better to aim for a low-fat diet so you can get more carbohydrate or fuel and protein for muscle growth and repair. Choose more fruits and grain products for extra fuel during heavier training schedules. Choose lean meats and alternatives prepared with little or no added fats, lower fat milk products and alternatives, and lower fat grain products. Slide 4. This is the primary fuel source for your body. The complexity of this source determines how quickly a person's body is able to utilize the nutrient. Regardless, all carbohydrates are broken down into a sugar known as glucose. During sports, your body needs easy to digest foods or fluids. Carbohydrates will help you maintain normal blood sugar, allow you to perform better, and help you to exercise longer and or with greater intensity. Your best approach is to drink your carbohydrates in a sports drink, but for longer exercise sessions of 2 hours or more, additional solid carbohydrates may be needed like fruit, a cereal bar, yogurt, or oatmeal. Fat per gram. Fat provides the most energy at 9 calories versus 4 from either carbohydrates or proteins. Functions in the structure of cells, nerves, and hormones, in addition to providing energy during mid to lower intensity exercises such as walking. Saturated fats are fat molecules that are completely bonded with hydrogen. And while our body can handle this type of fat in excess, it can cause complications such as inflammation, diabetes, and some forms of cancer. These fats are typically found as a solid at room temperature. Unsaturated fats, as the name implies, are fat molecules that are not completely bound by hydrogen and contain one or more double bonds. These fats have a positive role in affecting blood pressure, immunity, and smooth muscle contraction. Among other things, foods such as oils, nuts, and seeds often contain these types of fats. Protein. Protein is used for much more than building muscle in the body. It functions in 20% of their makeup. You may need more protein if you exercise intensely or for long sessions, many days of the week, or if you're trying to build muscle mass. You can get more protein by eating a few extra servings from the milk and alternative and meat alternative food groups after your workout, and including proteins at snacks throughout the day. The number of extra servings you will need depends on your weight. Heavier athletes need more servings than lighter athletes. For athletes and people who are active in general, it is very important that they maintain a certain amount of calories. So what they're doing is not wasted their time. Calories is not just added fat, it is fats that can be created through muscle, and it's what helps people gain weight in a good way. So what happens if you don't consume the required amount of calories short term? You may not see the results from retraining. You may lose muscle tissue, which may result in loss of strength and endurance, and loss of energy for workout in general. That's obvious. If you have an empty stomach, you're not going to perform as well. What happens if you don't consume the required amount of calories long term? You may not get the vitamins and minerals you need. Your immune system may be weakened. Your hormone levels may be unbalanced. You may have a higher risk of injury. Next slide 7. Hydration. In a given day, a person will lose approximately 2.5 cups of water from their body simply through evaporation from skin and breathing. Include urine and sweat, and this number amounts to a sizable amount of water loss. During exercise, sweat can account for between 2 to 6% of a person's body weight and weight loss. Dehydration can impact performance in several ways. One impact is known as cardiovascular drift, a state occurring during prolonged periods of activity, greater than 60 minutes, at moderate intensity, and is characterized by an increase in heart rate, coupled with a decrease in the amount of blood pumped with each beat. More common symptoms of dehydration include fatigue, loss of body weight, and muscle spasms. Slide 8, meal planning. The timing of meals is very important. It needs to be individualized. It is important for athletes to discover which foods they like that also help to maximize performance. They should not experiment with new foods or routines on the day of competition. Proper nutrition for the big game does not happen on the day of the event alone. It happens the days, weeks, and months leading up to the competition. Don't experiment with a new dietary/supplement protocol on game day. First, try it out prior to practice session to make sure you can take it. As you get closer to the game, make your meals smaller. Additionally, you may want to limit dairy, fat, and fibrous carbohydrate sources during the last 1 to 1.5 hours pre-event/practice, as these may cause GI issues. Timing of food consumption is also important to optimize performance. Meals should be eaten a minimum of 3 hours before exercise, and snacks should be eaten 1 hour to 2 hours before activity. Recovery foods should be consumed within 30 minutes of exercise and again within 1 to 2 hours of activity to allow muscles to rebuild and ensure proper recovery. Consuming food sources post-exercise is critical. Post-workout, a body will continue to burn energy until it returns to a rested state. This means that the sooner you consume a snack, the quicker you can prevent muscle breakdown and begin muscle synthesis, building bigger and stronger muscles. Next slide. Protein is the primary nutrient in this phase, with carbohydrates coming second. Whether it is an easy digestible hydrolyzed protein or a dietary source like milk has minimal differences in absorption and muscles. Carbohydrates function to help begin restoring glycogen stores. This process is acceptable to happen over a 24-hour period. Post-workout, think of your muscles like a wrung-out sponge ready to absorb nutrients. Next slide, slide 9. Protein is the primary nutrient in this phase, with carbohydrates coming second. Whether it is an easy digestible hydrolyzed protein or a dietary source like milk has minimal differences in absorption and muscles. Carbohydrates function to help begin restoring glycogen stores. This process is acceptable to happen over a 24-hour period. Post-workout, think of your muscles like a wrung-out sponge ready to absorb nutrients. The longer you take to refuel, the less your muscles will readily absorb. Some not healthy food sources, or healthy, I guess, are grilled chicken, turkey, or fish. Usually my favorite choice for pre-game meals. I usually put some chicken and rice. Fruits, vegetables, salads, veggie-based soups. I had my share of salads too, which you're a little bit lighter on the ice for me. I played hockey. You're a little bit lighter, but you're definitely faster. Some other things are nuts, trail mix, seeds, or peanut butter. That's definitely good for the brain during those times. Not healthy food choices are burgers, sausage, and bacon. Those definitely slow you down out there. French fries, fried rice, Alfredo or cheese sauce. Dairy products with excessive added sugars like ice cream. Any of those greasy, added sugar foods are definitely not what you want for a workout or a game, because it's already taking what you are working out, and it just makes you slow, it makes you unaware, and it makes you less of competition towards your opponents. In conclusion, it is essential that a person with an active lifestyle eats the correct amount at the right times, and to stay hydrated by drinking water throughout the day for the best performance possible during a workout or sports game. Thank you.